Hello. A rare moment where I'm actually sat. Fire is lit. Dogs are out, so I've got the sofa to myself before they get back. Stanley's in the dining room. So I am sitting, and it's where I go through sort of all the messages that everybody in the comments that everyone said on the YouTube channel. And I get to sort of chat to you all, not in a live chat, but just in communication. And it's where I see what's happening in the UK. It's where I see what's happening to you and how you're feeling. And it's something that the government should be doing. I mean, honestly, read my comments: Rachel Reeves, Keir Starmer, Bridget Phillipson, Jonathan Brash, Wes Streeting. Go through the comments. You don't have to watch the videos, just read the comments. Get your advisors to do it. Morgan McSweeney, have a little look. This is what the British people feel. They feel affronted by Rachel Reeves saying we've all got to do our bit for an economy that she screwed over. We've been doing our bit. We are doing our bit. We have no choice but to do our bit. With tax rises, with everything that she's planning on doing, and I mean, obviously, we're not going to call them tax rises because that would be breaking the manifesto. So we're going to find some other word salad to call them. But effectively, November the 26th is going to mark yet another bleaker period where the ends that weren't meeting are going to meet even less. And people aren't coping now. So I don't know what bit of that message that they have missed. People aren't coping. So if they're not coping now, what do you think they're going to be doing come November the 26th? And people have cut corners left, right and centre. They have cut aspects of their life out that used to be in their life because they can't afford them. But I don't see the government doing that. I don't see the government making cuts. I see the government handing out freebies left, right and centre and expecting us to pay for them. And we didn't vote for that. We're not going to vote for that. We don't want that. We don't agree with it. We don't like it. We haven't got enough money. We are not in a position to be spending what we're spending as a country. Yet we're being told we've got to do our bit. But I don't see the government doing their bit. I don't see them doing anything other than just spending other people's money. We've had all the socialist chats that, you know, what happens when you run out of spending other people's money. We're in it. There's nothing left. And I think if we sort of park the financial, because so many people are in a position now where they've had to park the financial, there's nothing more they can do about it. They don't have a choice. And I don't want to hear people are living beyond their means. The government is living beyond their means. People are just trying to exist. And that has lots of relative, you know, whatever your lifestyle was before, I'm not judging that. But it's different now. And whatever that change has been, whatever that change is, it's different. And it's been brought about directly by this government. So I said something about my contact lenses the other day. I made a thing about saying, you know, I've got my contact lenses, but I'm not going to have them every day. I had so many messages saying we've had to stop wearing contact lenses because they're expensive. So people are having to make choices about how they see. I genuinely can't tell you about the messages I've had about people having to give up their family pets because you see, this happens. We have a government in place that is imposing upon us heat or eat, but people are getting rid of their family pets because they can't afford to feed them. There's desperation. So we get told a lot about the media and pundits and stuff causing division and other political parties causing division, and they are dividing the nation. Oh no. That's being done single-handedly by this Labour government. This Labour government is going faster and further into driving us into the ground. And this isn't just somebody anti-Labour. I don't like Labour. I make no bones about that. You know that. I know that. I do not like Labour. But if the Conservatives were doing this, they would have the same message. If Reform were doing this, they would have the same message. Any single government making these, I can't even call them decisions, because that would suggest that there was a different way of doing it. But there's never been a different way of doing it for this Labour government. They've just wanted to do it this way. It's not a decision. It's a blanket, this is what we're doing. And People are screaming out in desperation. I mean, as we talked about on Children in Need, the overriding message is this is tough times, there's no money to give, but we're giving a little bit. And if in a charity run, that's what's happening, people are saying over and over and over again, we have nothing to give. What does that tell you? And cost of living is cost of existence. And it's gone past people being able to make choices in their houses. It's gone past people being able to make decisions in their houses. There is blind panic. And the mental health toll on this, I think, is immeasurable. We have got people who, for their entire lives, people in their 60s, their 70s, that were thinking of retirement back in work. We've got people being made redundant and taking minimum wage jobs on 0-hour contracts. We've got people who are aware that they're going to lose their job soon. They don't know when it's going to be, but they know they're going to lose it. I mean, can you imagine the fear and the anxiety? Can you imagine what it feels like to go to work every day not knowing if it's going to be the last day at work and looking around at everything that you've got going, how are we going to pay for this? How are we going to keep this going? Because there's no reserves, which is what they want. You know, this Labour government wants us to have no reserves so that we rely on the state that we're paying for now, that we're probably going to have to ask, go cap in hand, please, sir, help me. And I had a message yesterday from somebody saying, well, I won't share their personal circumstances, but they said, kill me now. I was like, no. You are not alone. You are sadly not alone. But you are actually not alone. Do not let this government bring that part of you down. We have to stick together with this. There are tough times, really, really unimaginable tough times out there. But please never, ever, ever feel like you are alone, because you are not. There is always somebody to listen. If you want that, it's there. And I hate that proud, tax-paying, community-driven people throughout their whole lives are now feeling this level of desperation. People who have provided for others by paying their taxes all of their lives, who have provided for others by being members of the community, that have not asked for anything, that have not taken anything from the state, are now in a position where they feel so alone and so desperate. And the future that they thought they were having couldn't look any different if they tried. And that sits at the door of number 10. 100%. And in the 2-week lead up to the budget, where I don't think there's ever been a more uncertain time in this country in terms of finance and economy, where the markets are shuddering daily and where anxiety, both within the markets and within our households, is at an all-time high, that sits on a few people's shoulders, and they have to take accountability for it. People don't want to see the tweets anymore. People don't want to see the empty promises. They don't want to see the gaslighting. They don't want it. They're done. And I am so sad and genuinely feeling quite bleak. But what I am feeling, and you know me, in there is that little rebel coming out and going, you can fuck off. You are not taking me and my YouTube family down. We've got each other. We have got each other. And we will get through this. There is going to be a change, because there has to be a change, because people aren't putting up with it anymore. On every single level. Have a look on social media at what the teachers are saying. I think that's a good benchmark, and the doctors. They've had enough. And we're back in strike territory. You know, we'll be back in the bloody 4-day week. For many people, they've seen it all before. But I think now the power of voice is beginning to come through, beginning to shine through. And I think the other political parties are very aware of where this is going to take them and us. Let's God hope that they have been watching and listening, so that when it is their turn, we do not return to this utter shit show. But whilst that is bleak, there is hope. There is always hope. And there are people that will listen. And in the description, I'll put some links. If you ever feel alone, you don't have to be, and you aren't. And so many people understand, and use the comment section in this. Talk to each other, befriend each other, listen to each other, and we'll get through it. Promise, we will. We might not be the same version of ourselves, but we will get through it.